Hey view riders, so today I'm doing an update on my Triumph Tiger 900 GTPRO ownership. It's hope you can hear me alright, because just parked up in the middle of nowhere and a tractor decided to come nearby, so we're done. Hopefully you can see that. $7,609 miles now. So I've had the first I've had a 6k service done. That cost I think it was about £250 at a Triumph dealer. So the first service at 600 miles was 60, I think, so not too bad at the moment in terms of servicing costs, although with the 12k being the big one with valve service, I think yeah, that's going to be quite a lot. I think I've been told to budget around 550 for the service itself, and if anything else needs doing, like pads. So I've had to have the rear brake pads done at the same time at the service. So apart from that, everything else is okay. But yeah, it's not a great deal to do. I mean, I had an update done to the TFT unit, to the Bluetooth module, because it wasn't connecting to my phone properly. But yeah, that was done a few months ago and it's been absolutely fine since. So that's better. Peace and quiet. So, what can I tell you? So I've had this bike since March 2021. It's now November 2021. So make that 8 months and 7,000 miles. And so far, in the 8 months of ownership, I've had no issues whatsoever. The only thing I've had is a couple of times it's a common fault. It's cut out when coming to a stop at a roundabout. It's done it a couple of times, but it's no drama. Just starts up straight away. Since having the software updated, it's not done it. So, and it's only done it a couple of times before that, so it's not a major issue. I've seen some people have reported they've had it quite a bit, but I think it's just a fueling issue, an ECU issue, which is usually resolved by software update. I had it before on a BMW F800, and that actually cut out at 60 miles an hour, so that was more scary. The only times this happened is when coming to a stop at a junction or roundabout. But yeah, on mine it's only done it a couple of times, and as I said, since the software has been updated, there's been no further issues with it. In terms of the pros of the bike, so yeah, it's got a lot of tech standard. You're either into that or you're not. I am. I like it and it all works well. I've had read a few comments about the TFT saying it's crap, but personally I think it's okay. I mean, it's probably not the best in the business. I think BMW are probably still the best at making TFTs, but personally I think it looks good. I've got no issues with it. Maybe the tacho could be a little bit clearer, but you can change all the displays, which I'm going to show in another video. I'm actually going to do a video on the TFT screen. I might do that today, so keep an eye on the channel. If not, it will be in a few weeks time. So yeah, that's for me, that's a big plus. The TFT screen is brilliant, no problems at all. I'll show you a quick run through while we're here then. Okay, there's the startup sequence. I think that looks nice. It would be nice if you could personalise that message to say what you want. There you go, switch off screen. I like that. Yeah, I like the looks of it. So more pros. I like the looks of it. It's a great looking bike. I personally prefer it to the Tiger 800. I didn't mind the Tiger 800, but it's a bit more purposeful. I like that. I think that front end looks sleek. It's a nice looking bike, I think. As I said, so far it's been reliable. I've had no major problems with it. Can't complain about it. The build quality so far is holding up well. It's been covered in XCP rust blocker at the minute, ready for winter. But yeah, it hardly ever gets washed. I mean, I've probably done it about 3-4 times since I've owned the bike, and yeah, it's holding up well so far. There's no real furring up to speak of. So yeah, so far so good. Next we have the handling. It's a great handling bike. Once you ditch your standard tyres, the Metzo Trans next, they're crap. Ditch them. Michelin Road 5s. Yeah, a great tyre. Much more confidence inspiring, especially in the wet. Yeah, they're a great tyre. I wouldn't want any other tyres on this. There's a reason they're so popular. The engine is an absolute peach. It's got all the characteristics of a twin. I won't go into all the tech details here, or all that's in that engine. It's all been done to death before. But yeah, with the crank configuration, again, I'm not a technical person. Yeah, with the engine feeling more like a twin, you get the best of both worlds. I mean, there's plenty of torque from low revs. It's plenty fast enough when you got 95. Is it 95? Yeah, I think it's 95 horsepower. I can't remember the torque figures offhand. But yeah, it's got plenty of power, especially low down. The electronic rear shock, we've already touched on. It's a brilliant bit of kit, works well. Switch gear quality is another one. Yeah, I like them. They feel good. The only downside I can find with them is the indicator switch probably sticks out a little bit too much for my liking, so you have to stretch your thumb a bit more to reach it. But that's just a minor little niggle. All the heated kit on here is brilliant. So you got a heated seat, rider seat and passenger seat. They work well. They take a little bit of time to warm up, but they work great when they're warmed up. You've got 2 settings, hot and medium. And heated grips, not as toasty as BMW heated grips, but they work fine for me. You've got 3 settings on that. So what are the cons of the Tiger 900? Standard, the front forks are quite bouncy, especially at slow speeds. If you need to brake quickly, I mean, there's a lot of fork dive. I've now changed the settings, which it's really easy to do. It's adjustable. So I've put it into the sport. Put the settings into sport as per the manual, and it's a lot firmer. So you do get it's a bit more jolty over bumps in town, but it's pretty much eliminated that that bounce you get. So that fork dive. So a little bit firmer, but to be honest, it's still comfortable. I'm happy with it. You know, yeah. So I swear, one of my recommendations to owners: just stiffen up your front forks. You know, it makes a big difference. And also found it. You know, you get a little bit more feel from the front end like that as well. So again, I'm no riding god. I don't pretend to be, but that's just my observations. One other con with the bike is the service intervals. 6,000 miles when other makes, and you know, some of their bikes are pushing on 10k now. I mean, the Tiger 660 Sport is 10k. Again, it's not just Triumph. I mean, BMW are the same on the Boxer engine. But the Tiger 1200 I think is 10k service intervals, so and 20k for the valve check. So yeah, if this was a 10k service intervals, it would reduce the cost of ownership no end. But again, it's not just a Triumph thing. It's Japanese bikes are the same. I think most of them are 6,000. So yeah, it's not just Triumph. The seat is a bit firm after a couple of hours. So yeah, in terms of comfort, let's talk about comfort. It's okay in terms of long distance comfort. It's probably not on a par with a GS, I would say. I mean, it is a vibey bike. There's no getting away from it. You do get some vibes. There's no denying that. And you can feel them through the pegs mostly. I mean, I've got these R&G heavy bar end weights, and they reduce a bit of the vibes on your hands. But yeah, it is a vibey bike, and you can feel it through the pegs. The seat is okay for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours is absolutely fine, and then I found, like with many bikes, once it starts to get a bit uncomfortable, it goes rapidly downhill no matter how much you shuffle. But yeah, probably about 2-3 hours in the saddle is fine. Anything over that, you start to feel it, and you need to take a good break to get some feeling back in your backside. But it's an okay distance bike. I mean, I've toured Scotland, but it's not as comfortable as maybe something like a GS. I mean, I've only had a short ride on a GS, so I can't compare for sure. But from what I felt, that felt like it would be a lot more comfortable over distance. So if you're going to be doing long distances, you're fine. Just take regular breaks. That's all. Every couple of hours, and you'll be fine. It's got a comfortable riding position. It's fine. So next on my list of cons, the Triumph luggage weighs an absolute ton. I nearly said a swear word then. So I had the Triumph. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, I had the Triumph top box on here, and I found, when you're riding at slow speeds, this isn't just a Triumph thing. I mean, obviously they're made by GV anyway, so they supply other makes as well. So it seems to be a theme with a lot of manufacturers, standard luggage. But anyway, so I digress. But yeah, so the standard top box, I was finding when filtering and doing really low speed stuff, you could feel that weight at the back end there, and it just made it a little bit more nervous. It weren't that bad, but it did put me off filtering sometimes because of it. So yeah, I just decided I'm going to ditch it, I'm going to set it, and I'm just going to fit a Jivi V40, which I have done, and it's so simple to fit. It's just literally a few bolts. It's not got the sliding rack like on a Triumph top box and rack, but yeah, I've not noticed any difference in the handling. And to be honest, I prefer the shape of this anyway. I find although it's not as big as the Triumph one, I find it easier to get a helmet in due to the shape. And I actually think it looks better, to be honest, personally. It's more understated, I think, than the Triumph top box. So yeah, that's one of my recommendations. Don't bother with standard luggage, just fit a Jivi top box. Like the V40 here, or the V47, they weigh much less. I mean, the Jivi Trekkers are the same, are basically the Jivi version of the Triumph luggage, so they'll weigh just as much. So you want to go for one of these. So this is a V40, but yeah, they do a V47 as well, which is I think you can get 2 helmets in, but I'm not 100% sure, so you'd have to check on. Yeah, so there's one other thing with luggage. Tank bags are a bit of a pain in the backside, so I've got the SW Motec tank wing here, and I've got the city bag, so it's only I can't remember the size offhand, but it's just one of the smallest ones they do, and it just overshoots this part here, so it's difficult to get a key in and out. And with my, I can't have the ultimate add-ons phone holder because it just gets away, so I can't have both at the same time. But there's no official tank bag, which is annoying, so why couldn't Triumph just make a little small tank bag that you could fit on? That would be quite handy. Please, Triumph. Next, storage in the seats there's not much. I mean, I've managed to squeeze a disc lock under the rider seat, but that's it. You've got a USB charging point. Might as well show you what I've done. Actually, it'll be easier. Oh yeah, so you got a USB charging point there. You do stand and get a cover for your phone to go there, so but yeah, it's pretty much a pain in the arse. Who wants to take their seat off every time and put their phone on charge? What I am planning on doing is maybe fit a long USB cable to run it up to the ultimate add-ons phone holder up there. That's in my plans for the future. So yeah, I made sure you get my tyre plug kit here, and under here you have the disc lock. Refitting the seats a bit of a dark art. You've got two lugs here, so the top one's for the high setting and the bottom one is for the low setting. Seat is adjustable under here, so you just move these I don't know what they're called, lugs, up or down, and yeah, you got two seat heights. But in the lower setting, you have to make sure seats under that lower one, and push down from the bottom there, and that's in. Yeah, it is a bit of a pain getting the back seat back on as well. There you go. So yeah, that's another seat. Oh yeah, let's go over the list of the options I've got on here. So I'll put the paddock stand bobbins. I've got this front swing arm protector. These all Triumph. Arrow exhaust. I've got the Becker street side bags there. So not hard luggage. I didn't want hard luggage. It weighs a ton. I'm going to do a review on them also at some point. I'll see the Jivvy box we've covered. Got these orangey stainless bar ends, the heavyweight ones, to reduce some of the vibes in the handlebars. I've got the green top there, screen deflector. It's a Triumph one. I've got the, I can never say it, Puge, how we say it, wind deflectors here. They make a big difference to get some of that wind across the side. So the standard ones, I found I was getting buffeted quite a bit on the sides. These make a huge difference. A lot long fitted these, and they were well worth doing. Hugely recommend that mod. Got the radiator guards, as you can see. I've fitted a Triumph alarm, works really well, made by Data Tool. Again, some people aren't fans of alarms, but yeah, I've had them on most of my bikes, these Data Tool ones, and I've only ever had one problem. That was a Suzuki Bandit, and let's just say it was a deal. I didn't have a clue what they were doing. It was nothing to do with the actual alarm itself, but I digress. Fitted the indicators. Yeah, I've done, these are the Triumph LED ones, scrolling LED ones. I did a review on the lighting on this bike, so if you check out my other videos, you'll see that. Fitted the Scott Oiler E-system. So difficult to show you from here. As the reservoir is just here. You can see that, hopefully. It's full of dirt at the minute. Got the TomTom sat nav with the Evotech TomTom mount. I had that wired in by the dealer because obviously it's a nearly new bike. I don't want to mess about with it myself, and it comes on when you turn the bike on. Not long fitted the ultimate add-ons phone holder. It's the only reason I wanted that is for I use the app I use apps to pay for fuel, so I don't have to go into the shop. So I just wanted my phone on display, so I can just pay for my fuel without even having to take my phone out of my pocket. So I can just do it from there. But yeah, it's not really something that's needed on this bike with all the connectivity, but it's purely to pay for fuel. I've got that. And here's the actual holder, and it just clips on like that. I'm not going to have it on in a minute anyway. So I think that concludes. Just about everything I can tell you about this bike so far. All I can say is I love the bike. It's a fantastic machine. I highly recommend one if you're looking for this style of bike, an adventure bike, a touring bike. Okay, yeah, so the current price in the UK is £13,200, but you get a lot of bike for the money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, you are knocking on to standard BMW GS territory, but this has got all the bells and whistles you need as standard. I mean, if we look on the Triumph website, so you got the TFT, you got the Bluetooth connectivity, you got cornering, ABS and traction control, which work really good. Obviously you got the Brembo brakes. Maybe not the best, brakes in the business, but it's an adventure bike, isn't it? It's it is what it is. Obviously you got the electronic rear suspension, you got the shift assist, quick shifter up and down, all the heated grips and the seat. Got your illuminated switches on this, which is a bonus at night. You got a 5 riding mode. You got rain, normal, rain, road, sport, off-road, and a rider mode. You got a 20 litre fuel tank again, which is pretty good these days. You got the TPMS system, and obviously all the LED lighting, yeah. And yes, a well-spec'd bike as standard. So for £13,200, I personally think it's a lot of bike for the money. I don't regret spending that amount of money on a bike, and I am a tight sod. Yeah, so stay tuned to the channel. I'll be doing some more updates on the Tiger through the winter, and I'm planning on keeping this for a little while. Oh yeah, I've taken out an extended warranty with Triumph. It's an extra £400, but you get two extra years warranty. So the standard is 2 years, so that gives me 4 years warranty, unlimited mileage. And considering I'm going to be doing a lot of miles on this bike, it's worth it for the peace of mind. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. If you're thinking of a Tiger 900, honestly recommend one. It's a brilliant bike, even if you can't stretch to the GT Pro, or even the Tiger 850. I haven't ridden it yet, but the Tiger 850 Sport, it looks pretty good. It's not far off the power of this, so yeah, and that's below 10 grand. So yeah, they're worth a look. So yeah, thanks guys, speak to you later.